The champagne flutes had just stopped chiming when the first rasp tore out of my chest, like a violin string snapping inside my throat. I'm Harper Voss, 27, a rare manuscript conservator who spends her days in climate-controlled silence, coaxing ink from 400-year-old paper. Parties like this, black tie celebrations in the skylit atrium of Lucille, the city's most impossible reservation, are not my world. Yet here I was, drowning in perfume and ambition, watching my older sister Leighton bask in her freshly inked title, Vice President of Communications at Calder Industries. Leighton raised her glass on the dais, flashing the megawatt smile that had always opened doors. To family, she toasted, eyes sliding to me with theatrical pity. Even the ones who think truffle risotto is a death sentence. Laughter rippled through the crowd. They thought it was sibling banter. They didn't see the man across the table go rigid. Vincent Calder, the 70-year-old patriarch who'd just promoted her, stared at my plate as if it held arsenic. Because his late wife had died from a cashew hidden in dessert. He knew the sound of a closing airway when he heard it. Before I could push back my chair, Vincent was beside me, yanking an EpiPen from his tuxedo pocket and driving it into my thigh with practiced calm. "Stay with me, Harper," he ordered, voice cutting through the panic. "Ambulance is coming." But let's rewind, because the poison didn't appear by accident. 3 hours earlier, Leighton had cornered the executive chef in the kitchen. I learned this later from sworn statements. She'd fluttered her lashes and cooed, "Chef Armand, your langoustine reduction is legendary. Could you drizzle just a touch over one portion of the risotto?" A surprise for my sister. She claims shellfish allergy, but I think she's being dramatic. Let's prove her wrong, gently.
Chef Armand, flattered, obliged.
Langoustine is shellfish. Concentrated reduction is liquid death to someone like
me.
The plate arrived gilded with amber swirls that looked exactly like saffron oil under the candlelight. Leighton leaned close, voice honeyed. "I asked them to lighten yours with citrus essence. You always say rich food overwhelms you." I believed her. One bite. Then fire in my throat, hives blooming like blood under skin, the room shrinking to a tunnel. I collapsed, clawing at carpet, while Leighton laughed for the crowd.
See?
Classic Harper, always needing the spotlight. But Vincent wasn't laughing. He barked orders, sealed the table as a crime scene, and saved my life. In the ambulance, oxygen hissing against my face, I rasped one sentence to him. "Don't call police yet." My family thought it was mercy. They thought I'd fold, like always. They were wrong. 3 weeks later, in a sterile conference room, Leighton sat flanked by our parents, all three wearing practiced remorse. My attorney slid the demand across the table. $950,000 civil settlement, or we walk straight to the district attorney with premeditation evidence, texts, chef testimony, server confirmation, toxicology. Leighton's mask cracked. "You'd bankrupt your own sister?" "You tried to kill me for a moment of attention," I answered, voice still raw from swollen vocal cords. "Choose, money or prison." They signed. My parents co-signed, mortgaging their future to spare their favorite child handcuffs. A year later, the final wire hit my account. Leighton's corner office is gone. Her condo sold at a loss. She cold calls strangers now from a beige cubicle, selling extended warranties for $12 an hour. I used the settlement to launch Voss Preservation Studios, a soaring loft filled with rescued books breathing clean air under skylights. Vincent Calder became my first major client, entrusting me with his family's centuries-old ledgers. Word spread. Contracts followed. My company is now valued at $3 million. I stand at my restoration bench, gloved fingers turning the fragile page. Of a 1623 herbal. The paper is brittle, acid-eaten, but salvageable. I know exactly how much damage to excise, how much to preserve. Some things can be mended with care and chemistry. Others must be cut away entirely. I choose carefully, precisely, without mercy. And for the first time in my life, the silence around me feels like power.